Okay, so all I have to do to create these ad creatives for ecom or for any sort of business is fill out this form here. So I put in my name, my email, the image title, a little description of the image. So you can see like here, this is an image of a kitchen in a modern house, or maybe you could put in any other sort of ecom products. Like here is a image of a shoe, and then I will upload the image. The image that we just uploaded for the example is this image right here, which is a nasal kind of smelling salt, which you can smell and it clears your nose. After you upload all of that information to get your ad creative, over here in make.com, it's going to generate the ad creative. So you can see here we start with an Airtable watch record. This is going to initiate, as you can see over here, this form is from Airtable. So whenever somebody clicks submit on this form, it's going to go into an Airtable, which is going to initiate this process in make.com. Make.com is going to take in all of the data. It's going to download the image that we just uploaded over here, and then it's going to send it over to OpenAI. OpenAI is going to generate a professional photo. So a professional photo with a clean and clear background. And it's going to basically just clean up the photo that we sent over. Then that's going to upload it over here to Google Drive. It's going to download that image and it's going to send it over to OpenAI again and tell OpenAI to generate a prompt so we can create a video for this product. After that, we're going to send it over to Runway, and Runway is going to create a video creative for this product. Then we will receive an email. Over here, you can see the email that we received. If we jump in here, we can see the full email, and you can see here it says, "Hi Follow, here's the image that we created. Here's the video that we created." And if we jump in here and we see the image, we can see the image kind of gives us a more professional look of the original image. So here's the original image. As you can see here, just a plain with kind of a cluttered background, and then it gives us a professional image. Then also in here we get the video. Then over here it creates the video for the product. As you can see, it generates a pretty good video for this product that you could use in multiple ad creatives, if you wanted to put them on Facebook, Meta, whatnot. Or this is a great tool that you can build for e-commerce store owners, and it saves them a massive amount of time, as you can generate hundreds and hundreds of these that you can test on ads. But this is exactly how we build it. So first of all, we need to come over to Airtable. So over here, I'm going to go over to Airtable and I'm going to open this up. This is our video generator over here, and we need 4 headers. So we need a name, email, image title, image description, an attachment, and a created at time. So I'm going to come back out here and I'm going to generate a brand new table down here in the left. I'm going to click create, start from scratch, and we're going to generate a new table. Now, what we need to do is we need to change these headers. We have some of them that we need, but we don't have all of them. So the first thing we're going to do, keep that is name. We can keep that the same. Second one, we need an email. So we can email the person that wants to generate these images and videos. So I'm going to click name and email, and we're going to look for the email option. And you can see here, we can save that. Then we need image title. So this is basically going to be whenever the person uploads an image, this is going to be the name that they give that image. So we have image title, and we're going to select this as a single line text. And the reason why the person needs to give an image title is to kind of give the AI an idea of what sort of image it's being given. So if the AI receives an image with no title, then it kind of has to determine what type of image that is itself. And this can lead to like more issues or more problems down the line. So it's best that you give it as much information as possible. Then we're going to use an image description. And we're going to select this as a long text. We're going to save this, and then we're going to have an attachment, and then lastly we're going to have a created at time. So I'm going to look in here, and we're going to search in created time, and then we'll save that. So we say created time. Then we can save that, and boom, that's all we need. Now to generate the form for this, you can go over here where you can see forms up here. You can click that and we can just press create a new form. We're going to select table 1 because that's the table that we just made, and we're going to select create form. Now basically our form is completely done. Like we can use this exactly how it is, but we're going to do some things to clean this up. Like we're going to name this image generator, image and video generator. So you can see here we have everything that we kind of need. and this form is basically ready to go. Now that's basically all we need from the form. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to publish this form first of all. If we publish this form, then we will select anybody on the web can use this. We won't require a password. You can see down here, maybe we can embed it on a website, or we can just copy a link and we can send this to people that want to generate ad creatives. Okay, so that's the form done. Now we need to come over to make.com and we need to generate this scenario here that we have set up. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to come down here to Airtable, and we're going to search for the watch record. So we're going to click this one here. In this watch records, we're going to select the table that we just made. So here in Airtable, this is the table that we just made. So I'm going to call this YouTube video maker test. And this is the one we're going to select over and make. So over here in make, I'm going to retry this, and we're going to look for YouTube video maker test. And the table, we're going to select table 1. For the trigger field, we have to use the created time. That's the reason why we created this field over here, is because this is the only thing you can use to trigger make.com. So we have the trigger field as created time. The limit we will set to 1. Okay, so we're going to set the trigger field to created time, the label field to name of the person, and then the limit to 1, and then the view to grid view. So what this is basically going to do is whenever we get a new submission to the form, it's going to initiate this module here, and it's going to start the whole process like this one up here. The next module we need then is a HTTP get file. So if we come back over here to Airtable, we can see that we have a bunch of files, and if we click in here, this file is basically just on this URL, but we need to extract that file so we can use it in OpenAI. So that's why we're going to use the HTTP get file. So we're going to select that HTTP, we're going to select get a file, and then in here from our Airtable module, it's going to give us that attachment, and we're just going to select the URL of that attachment, and that's basically going to download that image or download that file for us. After we do that, then we're going to select the OpenAI, and we're going to select edit images. When we select edit images, we're going to bring that over here. We're going to select the model as GPT image 1, that's the newest model, and we're going to add images. Now you can see automatically this is grabbing the file that we got from over here, and if we didn't have this, then we'd have to go through the step of binary getting all the data, and it's a longer process. So in here it grabs the information, so it grabs that photo that the person uploaded, and we can use it straight away. And what we're going to do in this module is it's basically going to edit the image to give a more professional look. So as you've seen in the previous demonstration, we uploaded an image that was just a picture of it in my hand, and then this created a professional photo of the actual product that we uploaded. When we create a professional photo, then in the video it becomes easier to generate a nice video or a more realistic video that you can be used in creatives or ad creatives or wherever you want to use it. So in here in the prompt, we already have a pre-written prompt, which you can get from the my community in the description in the first link. So if we grab this prompt, we're going to use all of this, and we'll bring it down here and we'll use it in our new scenario. What this prompt basically says is create a detailed exact replica of the image that we uploaded, and it's given it a bunch of instructions to just create a basically like for like demonstration of the image that is uploaded, but give it a more professional background, more toned, give it shadows and all of that kind of details that give it a professional look. If we just come back over here, you can see the image that I uploaded, which is just a basic image. And then with that prompt, if we come back over here, you can see the actual image that the ChatGPT output. So it gives it a professional background, gives it shadow, lighting, etc. So that's what this prompt is doing. We're basically telling it to professionalize this photo, give it background and whatnot. But if you want to download everything that we're building in this video and just use it as a template straight away, just click the first link in the description. So we'll save that, and the next modules we need is an upload file and a get share link. This is basically going to upload the image that ChatGPT creates, and then it's going to get a share link for it so we can actually use it and we can send it to the user. So we're going to go over here and we're going to select Google Drive. We're going to find where it says upload a new file, not this one down here. This is upload a file with metadata. We're going to select upload a new file, and then as we can see here, again, it automatically gets an image, but we don't want it to get the original image. We wanted to get the new and improved image from OpenAI. So we're going to select OpenAI, and then folder ID, we're going to select it from a list, and we'll just select a random folder in my drive. So we'll select the content folder, and this is going to save that image, the new and improved image, into the content folder in my Google Drive. Now, connecting everything up, you'll just click in here if you want to connect your Google Drive, and then you'll sign into Google Drive. It's pretty straightforward. But the next thing we need to do then is get a share link. So after we've downloaded that image, the new and improved image, to the content folder in my Google Drive, we're going to go back over here to Google Drive, and we're going to get a share link. Down here to get a share link, we're going to select that from my drive, a file. The file ID is going to come from this module here, so we're going to select file ID from this module, and then down here for the type, we're going to select anyone. So this basically means anybody with this link can view the image. So we'll save that, and that's that done. The next module then we need after this is a ChatGPT module. In this module, we're going to create it, so it basically creates the prompt for the video generator. So if we go in here, OpenAI, create a completion, we're going to go down here and we're going to select GPT 4.1 system, and then in here, when we add a message, we're going to select user, and we're going to add a prompt. I already have a prompt created, so I'm going to paste it in here. And what this prompt is telling it is basically to create a prompt for the actual image generator. So you can see here it says, please create a detailed prompt for this product image that will guide an AI video generator to create a premium 10-second advertisement. And the prompt should, and it gives it a bunch of instructions that it can use to create a prompt for the video generator. So we have all of this in here. We say, here is the user's description of the product. In here, we're going to give it the description that the user gave in the first Airtable module, the image description there. So you're going to give it that first description that the person basically put in the first Airtable module. That's kind of going to help it like decide what to do with the image, what the actual image is. So let's say if the person said this is a pink cup, then it's going to give the AI basically the understanding of what it's actually generating a video for. Okay, so after we've given it this prompt, then the next module you need is a Runway module. So you click this plus button over here, you select Runway, so you can just look up in here. After we click that plus button, you can look up in here, Runway, and you're going to select generate a video from images. Now when you're selecting this Runway module, you have to click add here, and it's going to ask you for an API key. So to get your API key, you basically just come over to Runway over here. You search up Runway API, and it will take you to a platform. You click Dev Portal up here, and it will basically take you to the Runway API key, where it will generate an API key. So you can see here we have an API key which is active. So you will most likely land on a page like this. You go over to where it says API key, and you click New API key, give it a name, and then copy the API key that it gives you. Bring it back over here to make, and then you shove it in here where the API key is. I already have that done, so I probably won't do that in this video. And then after you have your API key then in there, you're going to go down here and you're going to select files. So that's basically going to use the file that this OpenAI module outputs. So it's going to use the new and improved image, and it's going to use that to create the video. So I'm going to select the first file. Obviously we don't have two files, so I'm going to leave the second one empty. And then we are going to come down here where it says prompt, and because we've already created the prompt in the previous module, which is this one, I'm going to input that prompt into here so this video knows what type of video to generate. So we have the prompt in there. The duration of the video, you can see you have 5 and 10 seconds. I'm going to select 10 seconds, and then the aspect ratio is this one. If you wanted to do it for like a phone or for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, then you would select the 9:16, but we're going to do the 16:9. I'm going to save that. Okay, so now that your Runway module is done, you can see the next module is a Gmail module. In the Gmail module, you're basically going to send the email to the person, giving them access to the image that we created and to the video that we created. So So we're going to go down here, we're going to click the plus button again, select Gmail, and we're going to go down here to send an email. Then the person that we are sending the email to is the person that filled out the form. So if we go down here again to the form, you can see we have an email button here, which is going to be whatever the person inputs in the email section of the form. And we're going to select email. Then the subject is going to be that content marketing for, and then we'll select the title of the image. So you can see here we have image title again from the form. And then for the content, we're going to paste this in. So we're going to say hi name, which again, we get the name from the form. So you can see here we have name. I'm going to select that. We have hi name. And then this is a break. So this basically is just going to give the email spaces between the lines. If we didn't have this and we sent it, then this whole email would basically be just one line across, and it wouldn't be neat, because Make sends these emails as HTML. So you have to give it this BR to give it a break. Okay, so where it says here is the image we created, we're going to give it the share link of the Google Drive that we just saved. So of the new and improved image, again, we download it and then we get a share link. Here is where we get the share link. So we're going to scroll down to this one here. We're going to find where it says share link, and we're going to select that one. That's what this variable is here. Then for here is the video that we created. Again, this is where we create the video, which is in Runway. We're going to go down here to where it says here's a video that we created. We're going to click in here to where it says generated videos, and we're going to select that number one there. So that's basically the first video. And when you select that, then you can see here it says generated videos, and it will give it this. So that's basically the full email done. And we're ready to run this and see if it works. So if we come back over to the form, then we can click up here to preview the form, so we can actually basically use the form. First thing I'm going to do here is put in my name, my email, the image title. So I'm going to upload a Stanley flask. So I'm going to say in here pink Stanley flask, and I'm going to say in the description, here is an image of a pink heavy duty Stanley flask, and then we're going to upload the image of the Stanley flask, this image here. Click that upload file, and then we're going to click submit. Okay, so after we upload that to Airtable, then we can come back over here and we can run this scenario, so it's able to generate the image and the video. Now, if you were running this in production, then you would probably have this down here. You would initiate this scenario, so it would run automatically and we wouldn't have to manually run it. But because this is an example, I'm just going to run this manually on the form that we just submitted. So if I go up here and I right click this, I can choose where to start. I can choose manually, and then I'm just going to find the most recent submission, which is this one here, which is this pink Stanley Cup. I'll save that and now click run. Now this is running for us. It's downloading the image of the Stanley Cup that we just uploaded. It's giving it to OpenAI to generate a new and improved image. We're going to then download that to Google Drive. I'm going to give that image to this prompt and make it generate a prompt for the video generation. So we're going to give it a prompt. It's going to maybe say something like, here's a pink Stanley Cup, generate a nice clean aesthetic background, and whatnot. So it's going to generate the prompt for us. Then over here in Runway is going to receive that prompt, and it's going to generate the video and then send it off via email to the user who submitted the form. If I go over to my Gmail now, we should have a new email, which you can see here. And then in this email, we have an image of the cup. So the new and improved image, you can see here, it gives us a really nice text on the actual table, which it says Stanley. Gives us the image of the photo, gives us the new and improved image. So you can see it says here's the new image, gives you a link to the image, and then it gives you this video here, which it generated for us. And you can see it says Stanley. It's moving around. You have steam coming out of the top of this, and it's a really cool video that you can use in ad creatives. So that's basically the full process on how you can generate images and videos for ad creatives. Obviously you can do this in more bulk, and you can kind of tweak these prompts to generate more videos of your liking, or if you're doing it for a specific, maybe a clothing brand, for supplements, and you can kind of tweak the prompt to generate the type of videos that you want. If you want to download that full template and all of the prompts, just click the first link in the description and leave a like on this video. It really helps me out.